Hello everyone and welcome back to another Razor Training video. This is video 9 in the series, and today we are going to learn about something that's very important in programming. We are going to start to learn how to use variables. Yep, that's right, variables. Something that took me forever to understand in programming class 2 years ago. Yeah, that's right, 2 years ago. Alright, you're gonna have to pretty much stick with me as learning how to use variables is a little complicated at first, but once you start to learn how to use it and stuff, it's very, very useful in programming. But if you don't really stick with me and try to listen and stuff, it's kind of hard to understand. You won't know what to do and everything else. That's how I was 2 years ago in programming class. So let's just go ahead and open Visual Studio up. Okay, if you want to follow me and stuff, just go ahead and make a basic form with just a button and a text box on it. And button just says click me, just the default name. And same as with the text box, just text box 1, the default name. And that's basically all you need to do. If you want to follow me, just go ahead and pause this video and make the form if you want to, or if you want to. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into the code and start learning about variables. Alright, here we are in the button code. Okay, variables are, well, they're pretty much exactly like what they are in math. If you remember math class, you'd have problems like x, why is it doing that? X plus 5 equals 7. And then you'd find out how to get x, which is a variable, which you do minus 5 on both sides, and you eventually find out that x equals 2. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know. X equals 2. That's what you'd eventually find out. Just don't mind these parentheses, it just puts them in there. Then what you do after that is put 2 in the place of the variable, and so then the sentence or the equation would read 2 plus 5 equals 7. And in math class that would be true, because 2 plus 5 does equal 7. The same principle as all that stuff applies to regular programming and real world programming. It's kind of hard to say. And once you learn how to manipulate variables and learn how to use them efficiently, it can make your programs a lot easier to maintain and everything else, and make your programming experience much better and easier. But the hard part is just beginning to learn how to use them and stuff, and because there's so many types, there's more than one type of variable and stuff, and there's quite a few types, and it may seem overwhelming at first to trying to see all them types, but in this video right now we're just going to learn one type, and later in my series, probably after this video, like in video 10 and stuff, I'll explain some other types of variables. But for right now, the only type of variable we are going to learn is an integer, which an integer is basically a number, which you probably learned from math class and stuff, that integers any number from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10, blah blah blah, like any number like that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start doing our variable, declaring our variable. Declaring a variable is just basically means let's make a variable. Alright, to start making a variable, what you first have to type out is dim. Dim is the keyword you use before you declare each variable. It's pretty much saying we are declaring a variable. Okay. The next thing you need to put down is what your variable name is. You can have your variable name anything, like you can name it poop if you want to, but we're not going to name it poop. We're going to name our variable right now, we're just going to call it number, because it's going to be a number. But you can name it anything you want, it doesn't have to be number. Okay, the next thing you need to type now is space and type the word as, which it says right here. And then the next thing we're going to type after that is integer, integer. As I said before, integer is just a number, pretty much. And then you are done declaring a variable. Now, let me go ahead and do this over again. We're going to start, remember, dim is to start a variable. We're going to declare a variable named number, and it's going to be, and it's going to be an integer, as an integer data type. Data type is what it is, which just in case it's going to be an integer. And then what you can do after that is set it equal to a value, which is going to be any number you want. You can have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so on. But for right now, I'm just going to have it as 2. Okay, and one thing about integers is that you cannot put words in it, as an integer is only a number. So you can't have like dim number as integer equals google.com. That ain't gonna work. That's a totally different data type, and you will get errors if you keep that. So integer is only numbers. Only numbers. So yeah, we're going to declare. So basically, what we're doing is having the variable number equal to 2. Sounds simple enough, right? See, it wasn't too bad. And now you can start putting them in equations, like number plus 4. Actually, we'll have the text box, that text, equal, text box 1 dot text, that text equal to the number variable plus 4. So basically what we're doing is putting the number variable, which is set to 2. So basically the sentence is saying 2 plus, I hate when it happens, 2 plus 4 will equal text box 1's text property. So what it's going to do is the 2 plus 4, which equals 6, and that's what text box 1's text property is going to output. So just go ahead and confirm that, go ahead and debug, start debugging F5 or hit that little button up there, and it should give us 6. Go ahead, click me, and what do you know, it gives us 6. And you may be wondering, why are we using variables? Why would I ever use a variable? Well, let's say that you have several equations, like number plus 4 minus 4 will give you, actually, just disagree what I just said. Well, once you start getting bigger and bigger programs and stuff, you'll want to have a variable there to easily modify your thing. Like, well, here, let me show you real quick. Form1.text equals number. Son of a gun. Here we go. Here we go. Well, what's going to happen is, instead of manually going ahead and typing 2 for everything, it's much easier just to have one variable to modify instead of going in and typing in 2 for each of these number statements right here. So let's say, I want to change the form text property in text box 1's, or the tank to 4. So then what's going to do is replace every one of these with 4 once the program runs. And it may not seem like a lot right now, but once you start building bigger programs, it's going to be totally more efficient to do this way than manually going in here, because that's a pain to do. And if you're like, oh man, I screwed up, I didn't want to use the number 4, I wanted to use number 2 or 3, it's be like, oh god, it's going to be much easier just to make one variable and stuff. Alright, well, that is the intro for variables. And hopefully I explained it clearly enough so you understand it. If you don't understand it, go ahead and watch this video again. Maybe you can understand it again. And remember, this is only one variable we've done so far. I will make more videos on other variables like strings and shorts, longs, and stuff like that. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting RazorTraining.com. Actually, it's not .com, it's just Razor Training. And subscribe and everything else. And for more videos on ZBDot programming. Alright, thanks for watching.